I'm Dre.
Hi, Dre.
Hi.
This is Morgan.
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
Hi, Morgan. Nice
So
to
one of
meet
your
you.
nurses today.
All right.
So we just wanted to come in and talk to you. We know that your daughter has just been diagnosed with asthma. We wanted to make sure that you knew what that was. And I also want to let you know that some of the teaching tools that we have for you, we're going to project up onto the screen so that we can all talk about them together.
Okay.
So do you know what asthma is?
The doctor mentioned it. She kind of went through it briefly, and I just feel like I could use another round of information.
Okay, great. So asthma is basically when your lungs and the tubes that lead from your mouth to your lungs get inflamed and irritated. So it goes, from a good-sized lung, and it kind of shrinks down to where less air is able to get through.
Okay.
So you're not able to bring oxygen in as easily, which is why you often feel out of breath and your chest feels tight.
Okay.
Okay.
So how does this happen? How did this happen this time?
No one clearly knows how asthma happens. It's very common in children. You do see it in adults, but you are quite right around the age where it starts popping up, and this is very common.
Okay.
Is this my fault? Did I do something wrong?
No. So asthma, we don't know for sure what caused it, but we do think there might be some family link. So it's possible it's in your genes and was one of your family members might have it and might have gotten it that way. It's a theory.
Well, Emma's a little bit concerned about her soccer playing. She's right. You're thinking about quitting soccer.
Will this keep happening? If I stop playing soccer, will this go away?
Probably not. You've been diagnosed with activity-induced asthma. So what happens with asthma is even though right now you're breathing just fine, but you still have asthma. So asthma has flare-ups or exacerbations, and that's when your lungs feel tight and you can't breathe. And so that can be caused by many things, such as pet dander, pollen, cigarette smoke, and activity, cold air, stuff like that. So are you around any other triggers, such as pet hair or smoke or anything?
No, but Alexa has a new puppy. I really want to get one, but Mom says no.
Yeah, Alexa is the neighbor's daughter, and they have a dog.
Yeah.
So.
That may or may not be a trigger, or it may develop into a trigger, so we don't quite know where you're not at that point yet. So you just want to make sure that everyone's aware that Alexa's mom is aware of your asthma, and so maybe keep the dog outside while you're over, or until you at least see how you react to that.
And you had mentioned smoking. I have a few friends that smoke, and when they come over, they only smoke outside. But
Okay. So yeah, you want to keep her as far away from smoke as possible. So smoking outside is a great solution to that, unless of course Emma's outside with them. So I mean, if you're outside, you don't want to stand right next to a person smoking, because that might hurt your lungs. So there are other ways that we can manage your symptoms and prevent those from happening. So yeah, we can deal with this.
So is this? Do you think this is something she'll outgrow? Is there anything we can do to prevent this?
Some children do outgrow asthma, some do not. It's all about how, as your body grows, you have more space for your lungs, so your lungs might be able to accommodate that better.
Okay.
But as of now, there's no way to predict.
Okay. But there's some kind of prevention.
Yes. Yes, we can prevent this. This is doable.
Okay.
So right now, the doctor has prescribed an inhaled medication.
Okay.
Thank you. So it looks like this. So the medication is in here, and this is what you'll get at the pharmacy. And you just pure force like that. That's in there, nice. So when you get it, you want to shake it up. So mix up all that medication. And so you want to sit with good posture, either standing up or sitting straight. So after it's shaken, you take the cap off. And so you want to hold it. A lot of people think you put it right in your mouth, but that's not the best way to do it. You actually want to hold it about 2 fingers away. So, somewhere around here. So you're going to take a deep breath in, and you're going to actually exhale. So deep breath in and out. Then on the second deep breath in, that's when you push this button and you breathe in the medication. You hold it for about 10 seconds. So you hold that for like 10 seconds. So you can sing happy birthday to yourself or something like that. And that should relieve your symptoms. Or in the case of, in the case of using it before soccer, it should prevent them. So if you use this before you exercise, it's very possible that you can play soccer without having an asthma. That's the goal. Yes. The other thing the doctor has prescribed is called a peak flow meter, which is like this. So this measures how much air or how fast you can exhale. So what you do is you take a deep breath in again, but this time when you exhale right into this. So this one you actually do put into your mouth and you wrap your lips all the way around the green part and you blow out as hard and as fast as possible. You try to get this up as high as possible. You want a high number. So you do this 3 times and you give yourself a little bit of a break in between so you're not, huffing and puffing for 3 times straight. So you take the best of those 3 numbers, the highest of those 3 numbers, and that's the number you record. And you'll record it into a diary, which Trey will explain.
So, like she said, you're going to use the peak flow meter 3 times a day. She's going to blow out as hard as she can, and you'll record the best of those 3 numbers. And so you're going to record it into this, it's called an asthma diary. We have it projected on the screen too. So basically what you're going to do is use that number and compare it to her baseline. So that's what we're kind of creating right now, that she has a really good breath in, breath out. Her baseline, the doctor has kind of put at 200. So when she's at 200, she's good. When she's between 160 and 200, she's still pretty good. So it's when you start to get below that you're going to want to really use this thing also that I have called an asthma action plan. Okay. So the asthma action plan, it's up there too. So you have 3 zones. So you go green zone, the good zone, yellow zone, the caution zone, and then red zone is like the let's get help right away zone. Okay. So when she's in the yellow zone, or the green zone, that's when she's having no real difficulty breathing. She's showing no real symptoms. You're not seeing her struggling to breathe. You don't hear a cough. There's no wheezing, and she feels no tightness in her chest. And so at that point, you're going to just want to continue what you're doing. Make sure she takes her inhaler before she exercises. Watch out for any triggers. But otherwise, you're doing a great job managing your asthma. The yellow zone, the caution zone, that's when things start to get a little bit worse. Her number will be between 120 and 160. And when she's between 120 and 160, that's when you might hear a mild cough, a mild wheeze. She might feel a little bit of tightness. And at that point, you're going to want to make sure that if she's using her inhaler more than 6 times, so more than once every 4 hours, so more than 6 times in 24 hours, you're going to want to note that. And then when she's in that yellow zone, you're going to call the doctor, and you're going to let them know what's happening. And from then, they're going to decide what to do. Now, if she ever falls below 120 on that peak flow meter, or she's ever having a lot of respiratory distress and just a lot of trouble breathing, that's when she's in the red zone, and you're going to want to call the doctor or call 911 immediately. So you're going to see nasal flaring. You're going to see her ribs are going to retract. You'll see her skin wrapped around her ribs, and it'll get really deep. And you're going to notice that she's having a lot of trouble breathing. So there's going to be a cough. There's going to be a lot of a loud wheezing, and she's going to be able to tell you that she has a tightness in her chest. Even if she can't talk, you're going to know that she's in a lot of distress. And at that point, like I said, you're going to want to call the doctor right away. Do you have any questions about this?
So is this where I would write down the numbers?
Absolutely. So you're going to write down these numbers every day on this asthma diary.
Okay.
And that diary is basically just so you can give your memory kind of a break. And so that the next time you go see the doctor or if something does happen and they want to know what's been going on with her breathing, you have a concrete thing to actually hand to her, and the doctor can say, okay, I can see exactly what's happening. Otherwise, you're going to rely on your memory, and it's going to get hairy, and you're going to say, oh, I think she had trouble breathing last Wednesday, but maybe she's at school, maybe she was with Alexa's dog. So this way you just have a really concrete thing to give to the doctor. Okay. So, at this point, I don't have anything else to tell you. Do you have any more questions for me?
No, this does seem like a lot and seems pretty awful, but...
It does. It really does. But know that it's something that we can manage. And right now, I'm just going to kind of go through everything that we just did and kind of ask you guys to teach me what I taught you or what she taught you, just so we can make sure that you guys have a really good foundation. And we're going to give you all of these things to take home.
I've got some handouts here about to remind you of how to use the inhaler and both the peak flow meter, just so you don't have to remember all those little details.
And we have plenty of copies of everything, so you can give them to her principal, her teachers, Alexa's mom, anybody that she might stay with. So everybody's kind of on the same page. Okay. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Okay, so first and foremost, just on a real basic level, can you tell me what asthma is?
So asthma is an inflammation in the lungs that makes the airway get smaller and makes it more difficult to breathe.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. And then just 3 things that can trigger an asthma attack.
I think you said cold air, mold or pollen, or animal dander, smoking.
Exactly right.
And what is her exact diagnosis?
Exercise induced.
Right. So you just want to make sure the exercise
Right.
that you always use the
Exercise.
induced.
Yeah.
Okay. And then so.
Yeah. So can you show me? Absolutely. Can you show me how you would use this inhaler?
Okay, so I'm gonna shake it first.
Very
So
good.
I'm gonna breathe in, then I'm gonna breathe out. Then I'm gonna hold it like 2 fingers away from my mouth. Then I'm gonna push this, I'm gonna breathe in, and I'm gonna hold my breath for like 10 seconds.
Very good. That's exactly right.
Can you show us how to use the peak flow meter?
Okay, this is like a game I play every day. So I'm gonna I'm gonna breathe in, then I'm gonna breathe out, hard and fast.
Very good.
So I can get this up to like here.
Yeah, you want as high as possible. Very good.
Perfect. And then once she breathes into the peak flow meter 3 times, what are you gonna do?
So I'm going to take the highest score of the 3 exhalations, and then I'm going to write it in the journal thing, and then also write it in the, or check with the red, yellow, green system to see where she falls in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys have already learned so much.
Mhm.
Do you guys have any extra questions or anything that we need to go into further?
Let's see. I don't think so.
No? Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
I think we're good to go. As long as you feel comfortable, I think we're ready to discharge.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about playing soccer now?
I'm not gonna quit. It seems scary at first, but I know I can do all things we talked about. So I think it will be okay.
Sounds great.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think we're
Okay.
gonna need this.
We're gonna get out of here and let you guys go home.
All right. It was nice to meet you.
Nice
You feel better.
All right.
Good luck, you guys.